Yo. Yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Destin, Florida for the 2006 OSS, OPA, and Pacific Offshore Merrick World Cup Offshore Races, brought to you by Budweiser Select and AJ's Oyster Bar. We're in the beautiful panhandle of Florida in Destin. We're about 50 miles east of Pensacola. There you see the AMF offshore-only boat that was auctioned off on offshoreonly.com, with the proceeds benefiting a charity. To be raced here in Destin in the P4 class. There's Strictly Business Motorsports running in the P2 class based out of Long Island, New York. This is a 35-foot fountain with Mercury 525 power and Bravo drives. These guys done a great job running very strong all season long in the P2 class out of Long Island, New York. Right beside them is On the Chip. Jimmy Winters and Kurt Cropper aboard On the Chip. JC Performance engines power this Mercury number 6 38-foot fountain. Formerly Dragon Lady and Instigator Motorsports, now On the Chip. These guys have run in the P2 class all year. Now they're moving up to P1. There you see another 38-foot fountain. That's 33. What's up? Mercury 525 power with Mercury Bravo drives. Ed and Anthony Smith out of New Jersey in What's Up. Right alongside them, 36-foot Cigarette Gladiator out of Ocean City, Maryland. Mercury/Innovation Power. Bill Purnell is the owner and throttle man. Walter Piasecki is the driver this week. Team Wanted out of Ocean City, Maryland, that is. There you see the big AMF Offshore Racing sport yacht, the world's fastest sport yacht, that is. It's a 51-foot outer limits with marine turbine engines with Mercury number 6 Speedmaster drives. There's 445 UXauctions.com. Jim Simmons is the owner and throttle man. Keith Herbat is the driver. This meticulous 34-foot Phantom maintained by Simmons Marine. There you see the Hardway. It's a 42-foot Cigarette with Sterling/Richie Zool power. Harry Turner is the owner and driver. Walter Collins, the throttle man. There you see Eve Girardi putting the onboard camera on board the Hardway. Mercury number 6 drives on the back of this 42-foot Cigarette. There is Twin Screws Boatwear in the P4 category. This is a 38-foot Formula with Mercury power and Mercury drives. Former Factory 2 boat. Kyle Dietzen is the throttle. Howard Richardson is the driver. There's Team Accurate, a 28-foot skater running in P3 class 320. 28-foot skater with Mercury 2.5 power out of Michigan. There's Totally Unleashed running in the P2 class. It's a 36-foot Cigarette Gladiator. Mercury number 5 drives with Mercury Supercat power. When originally built, this was one of the Yachts Rodriguez Group boats. Then it became CMS. Now it is Totally Unleashed. There you see the Mercury Supercat engines. They put out about 750 horsepower apiece. Very clean looking rig right there, based out of Michigan. There is Miss Geico AMF. Big MTI catamaran, marine turbine power. Another shot of the 426. That's the AMF offshore only boat. Side by side with Still Got It, along with the Lavycraft Super V light entry. There's 301. Prime Pace, 28-foot Redline Cat Mercury power. This year's national championships in the P3 class of OPA. There's Papa Dukes. Winners earlier on in the P6 category. 2005 and 2006 national champions. Here's Eve Girardi standing beside our freeze-frame video mobile support vehicle. 413 is the Jersey Boys Offshore Racing. Val Fiorillo, Kevin Hans, and Augie Penza aboard. There's Hustlin' in the P1 category. That's a 32-foot skater, 132. P5 class Joker Powerboats. Warren Miller and Matt Clark in Joker Powerboats. Airborne now above Destin Beach, Florida. Budweiser Select and AJ's Oyster Bar makes all this action possible here at the 2006 Merrick World Cup, featuring the OSS, the OPA, and Pacific Offshore. Shot back off our Provine helicopter with pilot Coit Bailey doing a great job helping us catch all this racing action for you. On the parade lap now, Big Cigarette Pace Boat leading the boats around the race course. A little bumpy today off Destin Beach, Florida. All week long up to the races, we've had varying water conditions, so it should be quite interesting to see how these teams fare against the bumpy waters off Destin, Florida today. Closest to us, that is on the chip, Jimmy Winters and Kurt Cropper on the outside, JEM Companies Limited. Coming up now on the inside, that's Traffic Light all the way from Michigan. Totally Unleashed also should be up front here somewhere. Reliable Carriers, AMF Offshore Racing, Professional Marine, Hustlin', and Popeyes all should be in this start. A lot of OSS teams here doing battle, trying to get some extra seat time for their World Cup races as well. Some of those include Professional Marine Racing, Popeyes, and Reliable Carriers. On the chip, looking to do battle here. Moved up after racing P2 class all year, racing in the P1 class here in Destin. Quite the wide array of boats here in this start here. The 37 Talon closest to you. 38 Fountain next to that. 38 Skater, 39 MTI, 40-foot Motion. Should be interesting to see who goes to the front right away here in the P1 class at the 2006 Merrick World Cup. All the way on the outside, that's Miss Geico. Right beside them is Budweiser Select. Around the corner now, getting ready to go for the green flag here, heading west down Destin Beach, Florida. All the way on the outside, expect to see those boats take off as they're in the P Extreme class. These P1 boats, though, will do battle here. Getting ready for the green flag right now. Lining up, waiting for the pace boat right now, heading down Destin Beach, Florida. Two PX boats nosing their way out front of everybody else. I think we have the green flag now on the chip. Quick to drop the hammer right now. Kurt Cropper, Jimmy Winters out front. Quick early lead for those guys out of Long Island, New York. Number 130 on the chip. But you can see a lot of action behind them. Traffic Light moving up. Reliable Carriers, Professional Marine Racing, JEM Companies Limited, Budweiser Select, and Miss Geico moving out. Traffic Light quickly misses a beat and drops back just a little bit. In P1 class right now, though, on the chip leading the way. You can see them take a quick little hook there and lose their bearing, cutting across right now. Luckily, they managed to do that unscathed. Let's see what that looked like off the back of their boat. Kurt Cropper quick to drop the hammers with Jimmy Winters on the wheel there. It must have hit a rogue wave there that sent him a little off course. You can tell when they drop the green flag, easily noticeable there, and they go right out to the lead. Let's see what that jump looked like when they hooked it there off the start. Pretty violent there. Lost a lot of time sliding across the course there. Luckily, there was nobody right on them, and they were able to come away unscathed there. Lost a few spots, though. You saw Professional Marine Racing go by there. On the chip, losing a lot of ground there right off the start. Sure, they'll be coming back hard and with a vengeance now. So you can see them quickly passing back Traffic Light right away there. Ed and Sean Smith aboard Traffic Light in their 37-foot Talon. Definitely a quick maneuver there by On the Chip. Luckily, nobody hit them, and they were able to continue on there. Now Reliable Carriers and JEM battling it out up front in the P1 category. Jerry Chastelet, Chris Hanley aboard Reliable Carriers, Dan Funch and Jay Muller aboard JEM. Reliable catching some air right there early on, enabling to JEM to move up just a little bit and have the point position heading into turn one. JEM Motorsports illegal Supercat, Reliable Carriers illegal Supercat Light. Interome, a sponsor aboard JEM. That is Dan Funch, the driver's company. Reliable putting the hammer down, heading into turn one, grabbing the position there as Interome JEM slides back to second in P1 class, just behind Reliable Carriers. Interome JEM is a 40-foot motion with Mercury Supercat power. Dan Funch is the driver. Jay Muller is the owner and throttle man aboard JEM number 6. This team was last year's PX Class World Champion in St. Petersburg, Florida, trying to reclaim that title here in Destin. A little bit bumpy water here. No problem for this big 40-foot Motion Cat. These guys came off a big win in Cambridge, Maryland. And JEM leading the way around the course with Billy Moth driving in Cambridge. But right now, Dan Funch from Interome on the wheel, having no problem at all. Interome JEM Companies Limited. Interome is a flavor and fragrance company based out of New Jersey. There we're on board with Jay Muller and Dan Funch. Interesting cockpit shot showing the throttle man and the driver at work here in the cockpit aboard this 40-foot Motion Interome JEM Companies Limited. Dan Funch the driver, Jay Muller on the throttle. Currently leading in the P1 category. JEM Interome and Reliable battling early on in the P1 category. There you can see a big flyer by Chris Hanley and Jerry Chastelet aboard Reliable Carriers. Jay Muller, perfect attitude aboard JEM Enerome there, trying to chase down Reliable. At this point, Dan Funch and Jay Muller aboard Interome, JEM Companies Limited in the P1 category. Mercury Supercat motors in this 40-foot motion with Mercury number 6 drives, rigged by Grant's Custom Rigging of Fort Lauderdale. Drives maintained by Offshore Outdrives, graphics by Kinetic Animation. This boat based out of New Jersey, JEM Companies Limited, Interome. JEM Interome looks like they may be having a problem allowing Reliable carriers to pull away now. This MTI is powered by a pair of Mercury 525 inboards with Mercury number 6 drives, owned and driven by Jerry Chastelet. The throttle man is Chris Hanley. These guys have done battle all year long in the OSS Cat Light category. Now they're trying to get some seat time and doing a great job out front of the tough P1 class right now. This MTI catamaran moving out in front of P1. Other boats in P1 include On the Chips, Professional Marine, Traffic Light, AMF Outer Limits, Hustlin', and Popeyes, as well as JEM, who we just saw drop out. 140, Reliable Carriers Incorporated. Jerry Chastelet, the driver. Chris Hanley on the throttle, finding their way around the race course out front right now. Big C in the middle of that boat is for Cleveland Construction, who along with Reliable Carriers as well as Popeyes Fried Chicken was a big sponsor for the OPA event here in Destin, Florida at this 2006 OSS, OPA, and Pacific Offshore World Cup race, brought to you by Budweiser Select as well as AJ's Oyster Bar in Destin. Coming back now, that's 113 Turbine Marine Miss Geico AMF Offshore Racing. Scott Begovich and Mark Granite aboard this MTI catamaran, Turbine Marine Power. These guys are doing battle with Budweiser Select out here right now. Miss Geico Turbine Marine AMF. Only the second race for this boat. It was debuted at the OSS National Championship in Las Vegas. Now they've brought it here to Destin, Florida to compete for the PX title in Pacific Offshore and OPA. And you can see him going by a P4 entry, perfect. This big MTI. No match for these bumpy waters here in Destin. No problem at all for these guys in Turbine Marine Miss Geico.
Chef 3 more laps. This is 8.
You're way off. This is not. You gotta look at
Hey,
this.
dude, come on. Don't give me shit. All
I
right.
am giving you shit because it's your job. Damn right, brother. We can't be fucking out here too long, too short, too whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We need to know.
Relax. I was 1 off.
Yeah, well, 1 off is wrong. Now you're like 2 off. I promise you are.
You're not having fun? Is this big water a little too much for you?
No, I don't like being off. And it's your job. No, I'm serious. Listen.
All right. Listen,
I want to know where we are on ice at all
Okay.
times.
Well, I just told you where I have you.
But you are.
I told you where I have you. Go, throttle.
Leading the way around in PX class, AMF MTI, Miss Geico. Coming down now on AMF Outer Limits, P113. 51-foot Outer Limits sport yacht, world's fastest sport yacht, turbine-powered Mercury number 6 drives. Just ahead of them is Professional Marine Racing. Aboard the AMF Outer Limits, John Arruda is the driver and throttle man. Jules Tremblay is actually the driver today. Laura Hanner is the navigator. Turbine-powered 51-foot Outer Limits. P113, John Arruda doing a great job on the throttles. Jules Tremblay at the wheel. Laura Hannigan, your navigator. There we see On the Chip trying to make up some ground after their earlier hook right at the start of the race. Jimmy Winters on the wheel doing a great job keeping it straight now. Kurt Cropper on the throttles, keeping the power down of these JC Performance engines. Mercury's number 6 drives putting the power to the water in this 38-foot fountain. On the Chip Racing trying to make up some ground in the P1 category out of Long Island, New York. On the Chip. The bumpy waters here in Destin, Florida, no problem at all for the boys and on the chip. Kurt Cropper doing a great job. Jimmy Winters keeping it straight, moving right along, trying to catch back up to the rest of the boys in P1 class. Definitely taking some flyers off the rollers here in the Gulf of Mexico off Destin Beach, Florida. Coming down now, that's the 35-foot fountain of Strictly Business Motorsports. Luis Gina Contrari is the owner and driver. Eric Boyer is the throttle man for this 35-foot fountain out of Long Island, New York. These guys running in P2 class right now, out front, doing a great job ahead of Wahoo Unleashed, What's Up, and Wanted. Leading the P2 class, Team Strictly Business. Straight as an arrow. Luis Gina Contrari doing a great job keeping it straight. Eric Boyer on the throttles, no problem at all. This 35-foot former Factory 2 and Super V race boat, Strictly Business. Definitely hitting a little rough patch there as they head west towards turn 1 in Destin, Florida. Strictly Business out front in the P2 class. Coming down now, that looks like the 38-foot formula of Team Twin Screws Boatwear. Howard Richardson is the owner and driver. Kyle Dietzen is the throttle man. 419 Twin Screws Boatwear. Sponsors aboard Twin Screws Boatwear are Twin Screws Boatwear and Mike Beeler Equipment Services. Howard Richardson and Marie Richardson are the owners. Howard is the driver. Kyle Dietzen is the throttle man. Some of the crew aboard are Marie Richardson as well as Rick and Marcella Buckles. Special thanks to their longtime sponsor Mike Beeler and our newest supporter Twin Screws Boatwear. Visit twinscrewsboatwear.com. This team out of New Jersey running strong here in Destin, Florida at the World Championships for 2006. There you see another P4 boat. That was Team Perfect going by there. There is 445. That is USauctions.com. Jim Simmons, the owner and throttleman. Keith Herbot, the driver. This is a 34-foot Phantom, another former Factory 2 boat. USauctions.com won several races this season in the OPA, doing a great job here now. Based out of Ohio. USauctions.com. Keith Herbot and Jim Simmons in this 34-foot Mercury-powered Phantom. This beautiful 34-foot Phantom is impeccably maintained by Simmons Marine with the help of their sponsor, USauctions.com. There you see the AMF Outer Limit still running strong in the P1 class, going by the P299 of Totally Unleashed. Ray Gennick is the owner and throttleman of Totally Unleashed, based out of Detroit, Michigan. Matt Broderick is on the wheel today. Totally Unleashed is a 36-foot cigarette Gladiator with Mercury Super Cat power. Mercury number 5 drives put the power to the water in this Gladiator. Big Gladiator, no problem for these guys in this bumpy water here off Destin, Florida. Based out of Michigan, these guys doing a great job. There you see the P4 boat of Typhoon dead in the water there, sitting on the beach. Totally Unleashed. Ray Gennick and Matt Broderick doing a great job. P299, 36-foot Gladiator. Other boats in P2 class include Wanted, What's Up, Wahoo, and Strictly Business. Strictly Business currently leading the way around in the P2 class. Coming down now, this is a 32-foot skater called Hustlin' in the P1 class. LTC Enterprise is the owner. Larry Thurston is the throttleman. Brian Thurston is the driver. Father and son team aboard Hustlin'. Beautiful 32-foot skater. New team, welcome to OPA Racing here. Other boats in the P1 class: Gem, Popeyes, AMF Outer Limits, Traffic Light, Professional Marine, On the Chip, and Reliable Carriers. Right now we're with 132 Hustlin'. Larry and Brian Thurston, owned by LTC Enterprises. You can see the AMF Turbine, Miss Geico going by. There's Team Traffic Light with Ed and Sean Smith aboard their 37-foot Talon, also running the P1 class. Coming down now, this looks like a 388 skater. This would be Ray Contreras as the owner and driver. Alvin Heathman is the throttle man. Running in P1 class with another OSS category Cat Light boat, getting some seat time here. Learning the waters off of Destin, Florida. Special sponsors include the Prop Stop, as well as local sponsor, the Black Pearl Restaurant in Fort Walton Beach. Alvin Heathman on the throttles, as well as Ray Contreras, the owner and driver, aboard 1388 Professional Marine Racing. Alvin's got the boat flying very nicely here. Professional Marine Racing got a great attitude in the bumpy waters off of Destin Beach, Florida. Phoenix Sales and Service, one of the sponsors aboard Professional Marine Racing. This 38 skater based out of New Jersey. Professional Marine Racing trying to chase down Reliable Carriers and On the Chip at this point. Team 1388 Professional Marine Racing here at the Destin World Cup 2006. Another great race in the books there. You saw Reliable Carriers run away from the field in the P1 class here in Destin at the 2006 Offshore World Cup. OSS, OPA, and Pacific Offshore have come together to put on this great event brought to you by Budweiser Select as well as AJ's Oyster Bar. Special thanks to our pilot, Coit Bailey from Provine Helicopters, for helping us catch all this great racing action for you. 4 great days of racing here in Destin. We look forward to covering them all for you. The P1 class, the results were Reliable Carriers with Chris Hanley and Jerry Chastelet taking the win, coming back to second place on the Chip Racing. Professional Marine wound up third. P2 class wire to wire strictly business took the win. Wahoo finished in second place, while the 36th Gladiator of Totally Unleashed finished in third. PX class was won by AMF MTI Racing Miss Geico, while Bud Select finished in second place. We'd like to thank everybody from Provine Helicopters for providing us with a great pilot in Coit Bailey to help us catch all this racing action. Fond farewell from the first day of OPA racing here in Destin, Florida, brought to you by AJ's Oyster Bar as well as Budweiser Select at the 2006 OSS, OPA, and Pacific Offshore World Championships. Thanks from everybody at Freeze Frame. See you soon.